I'm Tyler.
I'm Shorty.
I'm Miles.
I'm Kara.
And we are The Inner Idiot.
The following podcast has strong language, violence, and other things you probably shouldn't let your children listen to. Please enjoy. Hey, Ty, if you wanted to make a podcast, how would you do it?
Spotify Podcasters app, of course. Or hell, even the website.
Do they have any way you can edit audio and help with organizing your episodes?
All that and more. You can reach out to listeners and have feedback with their Q&A feature, and it distributes it to all other major places you listen to podcasts.
I just looked, and they got a video podcast set up and editing tools here, too.
So all you got to do is sign up at SpotifyForPodcasters.com or get the app, and you're done.
Damn, it's just that easy.
And modern solutions. Drop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing. Because we don't want you choking from all this joking. It ain't wet from sweating. We ain't done yet. So lube up your ear holes, or we're going in dry. I almost said raw again, but I caught it at the last minute. I am your host, the big, the bald, beautiful, the brash, the bumbling, and the oftentimes bastardly MC Tyler Havlin, and I talk slow and I walk slower. That's how I roll, down a hill covered in shit, on fire. Next up, we got the Lord that's never bored, the commander of the comic books. He's been petting kitty and grabbing titty since I don't remember when. He ain't got a shirt on, ladies, and that's just for you. This is a white girl episode. 2 claps and Ric Flair for Lord Shorty Fresh in the flesh. Woo! It's always great when we get yelled at for that.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. I'm really kind of disappointed that you didn't tell your friend about my dream.
Well, I'd forgotten about it completely. She also wasn't at work last night.
I haven't talked to her in forever. I might just message her and be like, hey, you want to hear about this dream I had?
Go for it.
No way. Not a chance.
God damn it. I always got to be the messenger.
Oh, dude, it was so weird. And there was so much wetness involved. There was just water everywhere. I'm telling you, there's a lot of water. Like why you were in a bathtub with said person. It's just weird. After we just got out of the water. I had just swam across the goddamn river with y'all on my back.
That's dirty water. Bathtub is clean water.
This is true. This is true.
I don't like the fact that I'm justifying this. How dare you?
Introduce Kara. I'm not the one justifying.
Introduce Kara.
Up next, he's a Jedi in the streets and a Sith in the sheets.
That's not Kara.
I know. I had to throw you off. If you got a pap, he'll smear it. 2 claps and Ric Flair for Dr. Miles Sham. Woo!
That one sounded annoyed.
It did sound annoyed. She's been annoyed with me for like a week.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Good.
Just randomly get mad.
Dude, I once seen that kid kill a man with a Barbie and 2 Pop-Tarts just to watch him bleed. It was she is a gangster. I'm telling you what. She ain't right. I guess I should introduce Kara now though, huh?
Probably.
So what's today's top 5?
Fucking... I'm not telling you.
Don't give her directions because she's going to get lost. And she'll probably be late because, oh, there was a burp. Was that Donnie or was that Cake?
That was Don.
Oh. I forgot where I was, so 2 claps and Ric Flair from Miss Kara Banks. Woo! You drew the short straw today.
That's okay.
It's all right. You drew the shorty today. Today's top 5 was it top 5 favorite serial killers?
I said killers.
Maybe not favorite. Just maybe top 5 serial killers.
Top 5 serial killers that we chose to talk about. Kara, you're up. How many do you got today?
5.
Oh my God!
I was gonna say this is her jam.
Does
right
that mean
here.
I only have to do 3?
Everybody else does too.
Yep.
Number 1 is Ed Gein.
Ed what?
Ed Gein.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I didn't know that's how you said his last name.
How many people did he kill?
It's unknown.
He's the one with the clown face, right?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking of the
Gacy?
Yeah, Gacy.
Ed Gein was somebody that was so obsessed with his mother that he was taking people out of their graves and murdering other people to make a skin suit that resembled his mother.
Brutal.
And
Jesus.
he had an abundance of skin, so he just started furnishing his house with it.
Nice.
Wow. This man recycled.
So
He was doing his part for the environment.
all of his furniture in his house was upholstered with human skin.
Metal.
How do you pick a place to sit? Who do I want to sit on today? Rosemary says top 5 ways you're going to kill me.
Turn you into a sectional.
And then Jeffrey Dahmer.
He said 6. That's all I heard.
Is that because of the new show?
No, I've been looking up things and watching interviews on Dahmer since I was in high school.
I believe it.
And then John Wayne Gacy is the one that was the clown killer.
Anybody whose name is John Wayne, other than the actor, has killed somebody. If their first name's John and if their middle name's Wayne, period, they've killed a motherfucker.
Did you say my little one's murdered someone already?
No, but he will.
I'll keep an eye on him.
I knew one guy with the middle name Wayne, and I worked with him at UDF. And I was like 17. And he had just got out of prison for manslaughter, and then he tried to date my mom. I was like, whoa, 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 guy.
And then David Parker Ray is known as the Toy Box Killer.
Toy Box Killer.
Yes.
How did he get that name?
He had a van that he had converted, and it was full of, like, torture toys.
Torture toys?
Yeah. So he was named the Toy Box Killer.
How does one construct a torture toy? Like,
I don't know.
Curiosity's killing this cat.
Well, I mean, when I was a kid, like, you know how, like, you could take the end off of a crutch when they were still wooden and it had the holes, so you put the screws through it in the opposite direction? Would that be considered a torture toy?
That's a bludgeoning object.
Yeah.
Or piercing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then?
And then Gary Ridgway. He killed over 71 women.
What was his middle name? You can't leave a killer
It's not stated.
He didn't do it. He was framed. He was framed for killing over 70 women.
Over 70 women.
It wasn't him.
Do they have any reason listed on there?
It was a Tuesday.
No, it just says that he would capture them and then drown them in a river, and he was called the Green River Killer.
The Green River Killer.
Yeah.
That has to be one of the worst ways to go. Drowning?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
It is not a quick death.
No, it's
Did
probably
he drown them? Like, is that what he did? Oh, okay, cool beans.
by far the worst way to go.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know it's coming.
Right?
Rosemarie's in the comments just talking about ways to kill me. She's like a jack in the box. But when he comes up, something shoots me.
I like the idea of just a punching glove and a jack in the box.
I'm here for it.
All right, you're up, Dr. Miles.
All right. First off is, I'm going to fuck this up, Giles de Race. He was a leader in the French army. Over the course of 1 year, he murdered at least 40, it says squires and children.
Squires? Oh, wow.
So this was a long time ago.
So we're talking, 1432.
Nice.
He was a revolutionary.
In the French army, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
40. So anywhere from the ages of like 9 to 16.
Yeah.
It said he'd like to bring in said person and, dress him up, feed him a nice big meal, and then tell him what he was going to do and watch him futilely struggle. Super fucked up.
It was really fucked up. Did he ever let anybody go, though?
No. And then we have Albert Fish, who had several names: the Brooklyn Vampire, the Moon Maniac, the Werewolf of Wisteria,
Oh man, he was on my list.
the Gray Man. Early 1900s, he claimed to have killed over 100.
Do you think is that like a body count? Like when you claim to sleep with so many women, the amount of people that you've killed, like do you exaggerate that number?
What's the equation? Is it like a man says you divide that by 3 and it's his real number? For
Yeah.
a woman, you multiply it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So really, he killed 33 people? What a bitch. He don't
That's
he don't need
shit.
to be on this list.
He ain't shit.
It's child's play.
Trash. Next up is Harold Shipman. He was nicknamed Dr. Death. He was a doctor, held responsible for 218 deaths.
Who is this?
Harold Shipman.
Harold Shipman.
Though they say it's much higher murder count, most likely, because he worked in the hospital. He's just often old people.
Is this the one they made a show about, Dr. Death?
No,
Okay.
completely different guy. Because that guy was helping people euthanize themselves.
No, because that guy you're thinking of is on my list. This guy somehow made it through surgical college or school or whatever it's called. And
Surgical school.
he really didn't know what the fuck he was doing, so he was operating on people, and like the nurses around him could tell he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, but nobody could do anything about it, and he was butchering people. And I'll think of the name of this guy.
Neat.
Then we have the Zodiac Killer. Mostly unsolved crime, I believe. I didn't get to look up a whole lot because I just got flooded with information.
Now I've read recently that they figured out who it was.
What?
Yeah, that it was actually because of a true crime podcast that they found out who it was.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't quote me on this, but I'm almost certain that's what I read.
Neat.
And then last up is Jack the Ripper. Just terrorize people.
He was only killing the sluts, though, right?
No, he killed others too.
Yeah, I mean, the
But
only
it
one
was
they
neat.
found were prostitutes.
Yeah, butchered women.
So what are we naming spring now? Slutty Bunny Spring?
God, your ADD's bad today, homie.
Dude, my ADD's been bad, like worse than it is. But what I'm saying is it's gonna come around because like that was his probably his best time of year for business, right?
They didn't say.
Dude, it's bad.
I mean,
need
this
to be
was in-
medicated.
What, London?
Yeah.
So it's always kind of cold.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I've never seen a picture of my friend wearing short sleeves. She lives in England.
There's that. You're up, Shorty.
Oh man, it's me.
How many off your list did get the words?
I can flip stuff around because
I stole one.
yeah, Miles stole one. Like I was reading through the list that I was sent, and I saw, ooh, vampire. I love this guy already.
Oh, so you didn't even make your list.
I got sent like fucking 15.
Hell yeah.
So I am picking the ones that I've enjoyed the most.
Okay.
So, this is Dennis Nilsson. He murdered 6 people in the late 70s and the early 80s. He'd pick up young men at London bars, bring them back to his home where he would strangle them. He'd also bathe and dress the corpse, often keeping their bodies for weeks or months.
Why is there so many gay serial killers? Are they just mad that they're gay?
He didn't say nothing about fucking them.
I feel like that is the case because after Jeffrey Dahmer got caught, he still refused to accept that he was gay.
Bruh, he's gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but still, like, don't be so angry that you're just gonna kill off a bunch of motherfuckers because you don't like yourself.
I have a really controversial opinion about this, but I'd rather not say it on the podcast.
Okay. I think I know what your controversial opinion is.
I don't, but I want to hear it when we
Sure.
go outside.
Next up is H.H. Holmes. He is one. They find him. He was a con artist who moved to Chicago in 1885 and began to work in a pharmacy. He built a building near the pharmacy that he used as his base for killing his victims, which were anywhere from 20 to 200. So he would lure people in using his pharmacy and then into his other building and just fucking start murdering people.
So they don't know if the number was between 20 and 200?
Well, apparently he was also giving people, extra dosages of medicine. So, he was killing them vicariously through overdose. So, neato.
Were they terminally ill, though?
No.
Does not say.
Because he's the one who had, all the secret trapdoors and shit in the apartments.
Oh, dude, that's badass. I didn't even read that all the way through. They called his other building the Murder Castle. Fucking.
Yep, that's who. It was in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking tight. I'm here for it.
They did an episode about him on Supernatural.
And goddamn Albert Fish was on this list.
You're welcome.
Fucking Brooklyn Vampire. That's badass, dude. He was tried and found guilty of raping and killing and cannibalizing 3 children in the early 1900s.
Was this the fish guy?
Yeah.
The vampire
Albert
fish?
Albert, the vampire fish.
I didn't have that one.
Yeah. I didn't have the vampire fish either. Let's see.
Fish.
Imagine going swimming and just get bit by a fucking vampire fish. That'd be a bad day. Especially if you didn't actually turn into a vampire, you just turned into a fish.
And this one's fairly recent. Tamara Samsonova, aka Granny Ripper.
I'm here for this.
So Granny Ripper is a 71-year-old Russian woman, serial killer who murdered and ate at least 11 people from 2000 to 2015. She kept a detailed diary of her crimes and even confessed to killing her friend after a quarrel over unwashed cups.
Let me tell you what, though. Grandmas can throw down in the kitchen. I bet she prepared these superbly.
Probably.
I'd have ate it.
And then last on my list is Catherine Knight, the first Austrian woman to be given life imprisonment without parole. Knight stabbed her husband to death, skinned him, cooked him, and placed his body parts on plates with named place cards next to them to feed their children. Children.
Did the kids eat the
Yeah,
old dad?
I don't have that part of the article.
We're missing key parts of the story here, man.
And there's more I got, but I think that's 5.
Well,
1, 2, 3.
you better buckle up for my top
4,
5. 'Cause it's a doozy.
Yeah.
Not really. But I went in a completely different direction.
Of course you did.
As per usual.
Yeah, all right, Ty, let's hear how you fuck this one up.
Number 5 is Arya Stark. Okay? She was a
This
bad
motherfucker went fiction.
Somewhat. She was a bad motherfucker. Alright, I finally finished Game of Thrones. First of all, if you complain about Season 8, eat a dick! Because Season 8 was good. Because people were like,
My dude.
because people were like, oh, Jon Snow being a Targaryen didn't affect the story. How did it not? That was like the main catalyst of fucking Daenerys going mad, right? Because she could have dealt with the other shit if Jon Snow was still taking her to fucking Pound Town. But no. Once he found out they were cousins, he's like, I can't sleep with you anymore. As he
Never
should.
stopped anyone else in their family.
This is true.
Yeah,
But
but Jon Snow was the only one who had, any fucking morals. He was a fucking good guy through and through.
he really was.
Jon Snow's a bitch.
How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you, motherfucker. But anyways, Arya Stark, yeah, the way she killed off the one motherfucker's the whole place, the whole fucking thing. She just poisoned everybody at once. It was great.
Poison. Fucking stabbed, homie.
No.
When she killed
The
The
phrase.
fucking yeah.
Walter Frey and all
Yeah,
his
the phrase. Yeah, you're
his
right. My bad.
compatriots. Number 4 on my list is Dr. Kevorkian. This man was doing God's work. People wanted to die. He was there for them. They were dying anyways. They
He was
were
doing
in pain.
God's work. I don't know if that's what God had. Well, you know what? Never mind, Tyler. Continue.
See? Come on now. Number 3 is Taco Bell, because that shit's been killing my insides ever since the first time I had it. Number 2 on my list. This one here, I don't like him. But Austin St. John, this motherfucker killed my childhood, just completely ruined it. Like, how you gonna go from being my goddamn favorite to just killing everything in me that was innocent? The fucking small shred of innocence I had left, he took it. He took it, and he wrapped his fucking little red hands around it, and he choked it, and he fucking shook it, and he looked me in the eyes when he was doing it. He said, "Die, Tyler's innocence." And it was
Ty,
gone.
your innocence died the moment you started watching the Fuzzy Boob channel with your grandma next to you. That is when innocence left you, homie.
I can't argue that. But maybe there was a little bit left.
No, there's no innocence left.
Dude, when you're mashing potatoes with your grandma in the bed, dude, that's fucked up.
I was on the floor, though. And I
Yeah,
think she
she's in
was
the bed.
asleep.
You think?
She probably wasn't. Damn it.
She was probably over there making coffee.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. That's weird.
Flick and bead, bro.
Did you ever wonder what that dust was coming off the bed hitting you?
Number one on my list is Lord Shorty Hoffman.
Killed the fucking vibe, bro.
Killing the vibe. Oh, man. No. Wow. That's gross. Number one on my list. God fucking damn it.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, Shorty. Wow. I love you. But
Did
number
I
one.
seriously disgust you?
Yeah, thinking about my grandma flicking the bean is.
Kara, tell him it's a natural process.
I'm not telling him shit.
Golly, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible. And I forgot where I was going.
Number one, homie.
Number one is Johnny Sins. He may not be killing motherfuckers, but he is slaying the pussy. Okay?
Who the fuck is Johnny Sins?
He's a porn star.
Oh.
He's like the most popular male porn star.
Beats me, bro.
Timothy Lucan says, what did he walk into? Debauchery, sir. Debauchery. That's what we do around here. That's our top 5 for the day, though, people.
All I know is you're welcome.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Not at all.
Homie, that shit's funny as fuck.
What, my grandma flicking the bean? No!
Why do you keep saying it?
Dude, that's like the game. That and seeing your grandma's titties, it's like the game. Because once it's happened, you've lost.
Well, neither of those things have happened to me.
I can't say it. You've never seen your grandma's titties?
Nope.
Look, dude, it's not a good sight. I grew up with all women. My grandma, my mom, sister, like all my pets were females. I saw my mom's and grandma's titties way more than I would have liked. Okay? It was, I'm surprised it didn't ruin titties for me. I still love titties. But God, look, you're going to have to hit the button because now I'm thinking about my mom and grandma's titties and I need to go throw up. So we're going to go for a break. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about in the second fucking segment. As long as it's not their titties, I'm fine.
A flick more bean.
Oh, no. You're still recording. Hit the button.
Oh, shit.
Do you love podcasts? Of course you do. That's why you're here. But you know what's even better than listening to a podcast? Making your own. That's right, and Anchor makes it simple. I'm your favorite host, MC Tyler Havlin, and I'm telling you, go download the Anchor app today, Anchor FM. They have all the tools you need to get started today. And best part is, it's totally free. They push it out to all the major platforms like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts. So get started today, people. Go download the app, Anchor FM. I'll wait. Do it now. Will be. We're back. Am I in the zone? We're going to find out.
You sound in the zone.
Yeah, you know. It's kind of easy to turn on once you hit that button.
Is that it?
Yeah, usually for me it is.
Says, says most women ever.
Right?
Hit that button, you turned me on.
Well, you're up today, right? So
That's never happened to me.
for spooky month.
This is a fucking funny side story. I'll tell you off the air.
Oh, okay.
Fucking shit.
We'll bring that up later.
Yeah.
So,
I want to fucking know.
You can hear it too. It's funny.
Kara, do you want to explain this since it was your idea? Like, just the fucking...
They can't hear you shake your head.
We need you to talk more anyway in general. Like, people are worried about you. They don't know if you still, like, if you're here, you know, like, of your own fruition.
I am not.
Shut up. Shut up.
So these next few weeks for Halloween, each of us are picking a serial killer and going into depth about who they killed, why they were doing it, and around what time it was.
11 p.m.
Sure.
I think she meant more like the year.
No.
So basically, each week, for the next 4 weeks, obviously, we're each gonna pick one and just go with it. And obviously, like, we can, you know, fucking add, you know, whatever conversation to it.
This is going to be really hard for me.
We'll just fucking like do a little bit of research every day. Fucking go through a couple and fucking find one you like.
Because I really just want to do Taco Bell.
You can do Taco Bell,
Or
Tyler.
Austin St. John. That motherfucker.
So he's gonna take a whole episode just to rip Austin St. John.
Again?
All the shit.
We've done this before.
No, I'll take it seriously, kind of. I'll figure this shit out. All right, who do you got for us today?
So this is Blake LaBelle.
I like his name.
Yeah, I did too because I didn't realize he was a murderer. And
I mean, he's got a cool name even without a nickname, Blake LaBelle.
well, see, when I was asking for help on this assignment because I fucking procrastinated like a motherfucker, and I was like, hey, I'm completely unprepared, and I asked my lady friend for help. She's like, oh, hey, I have one perfect for you because it reminds me of you when I heard of it. And she sent it to me, and I was like, why would a serial killer remind you of me? And then she sent it to me, and I read the name, and I instantly know who he was because he is a comic book artist and
Really?
writer. Yes.
And a serial killer.
And a fucking serial killer, which I did not fucking know.
Does that make him a real life villain? Super villain?
Yeah. So in 2010, he, Archaea Publishing, he wrote fucking, a story called Syndrome and whatnot. And it's super high fantasy, fucking, like, kind of steampunky and shit. Super good story. But, like, I used to own it and I sold it back in, like, 2012, 2013 or whatever. But, like, it was a fun story and shit. And, like, I recognize the name. His brother is also a fucking writer. So, like, he still writes. But, like, now that fucking comic book, I doubt would be, you know, sell for fucking anything. So, anyway.
His comic book?
His book now, yeah.
I don't know. It might sell for more.
To the right buyer, maybe. But, like, that shit kind of, like, fucking ruins your career. You know what I'm saying? But he tortured and murdered Iana Kasian? I don't know. I'm butchering the fuck.
How you spell it?
Kasian.
Cassian.
Kasian? All right. Iana Kasian. After suddenly
enough.
breaking up with his wife Amanda in 2015, he became engaged to a Ukrainian immigrant with whom he fathered a child. Shortly after becoming engaged, Olga, great.
Look, let me just say that if I had a wife named Olga, I'd probably kill a motherfucker too, because she just sounds horrible. Just the name.
You sound horrible.
And?
Now, I don't know if that's what
You
was
love
up.
me.
Hold on.
It's not the
So, Olga went looking for Iana on May 24th in 2016 after being unable to contact her. So, Iana was the engaged.
Okay.
So, Olga is
Was
just...
the ex-wife?
No, it was another woman. Amanda was the ex-wife. The day before, Iana had gone shopping for strollers
Dude's
for the
out here
baby.
pimping.
It was the last time Olga would see her daughter. Olga was her mother. That would be the last day she saw her mother alive. When Olga finally got to the police involved, two LASD officers attempted to contact and search her apartment. They knocked on the door, leaving after no one answered. On another occasion, Olga went to the apartment alone and stood across the street, yelling at LaBelle to open the door. She would testify that she saw him approach the window only to close it and disappear inside. She was murdered after 8 hours of unspeakable torture. He finally was arrested after barricading himself in his West Hollywood apartment. The police found Cassian's how did you say it?
You had it good enough.
Cassian's body laying on the bed in the master bedroom with Blake at his side. Prosecutors said that there were indications that he had been lying next to her body, which had been cleaned for some time before the police arrived. Other details revealed that LaBelle ordered food delivery from Postmates while his victim was dying and demanded that the order be left outside the door. LaBelle was arrested and taken into police custody following their discovery of the corpse of his fiancée, a 30-year-old Ukrainian former tax office prosecutor and fledgling model Iana Cassian. Cassian was found mutilated, drained of blood, and laying in their bed. Their infant daughter was in the care of Cassian's mother, who was visiting from the Ukraine, staying in a nearby apartment. LaBelle was subsequently charged with murder, torture, mayhem, and aggravated mayhem, to which he pleaded not guilty.
How much effort goes into draining somebody's blood?
A lot.
So when they say the body was drained of blood, does that just mean they were like cut open and they bled out eventually, or does that indicate?
No, like when you're sanguinated, it's usually a very specific process.
But it feels like that's not a process that's very well known.
No, I mean, there's multiple ways to do it.
Like you just hang a motherfucker upside down and slit their throat and it just fucking...
That's not how you do it.
Okay, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like how much effort was put into draining this person's blood.
It's a lot of effort.
And what did he order from Postmates? Did he get her something? Because she wasn't dead yet, from what you said. She was just dying. Imagine you could still be hungry.
That's not been determined whether, they didn't... It doesn't say how long she was dead. However, this is where we're at. The autopsy report was released on September 20th, 2017, listing Cassian's cause of death was insanguination and head trauma. His brother, Cody, was the only family member who attended the trial after...
Cody's still the writer, right? He's the one still making comics?
I guess it's not his brother. I guess it's a fucking cousin or something. But They share the last name, and I know they're related because I looked it up earlier. Attended the trial. Attending every day. His ex-wife, Amanda Braun, also attended. Through a statement from her lawyer, Amanda expressed her dismay at the crime and that there will be no more comments.
She really dodged a bullet.
Fuck yeah, she did.
Or an insinuation or whatever it is.
A civil lawsuit filed the victim's mother, Olga Cassian, including transcripts of the Los Angeles County coroner, Dr. which stated Cassian's entire scalp was traumatically absent and was not found. Was not present with the body. Her skull had been stripped down to the surface of the bone. There was no scalp present except for little bits in the back of the neck. Portions of the right side of her face were torn away, including the right ear and part of the posterior face on the right side, all the way down to the jawline. There were quite a number of bruises and abrasions on the face, primarily on the left side, the left cheek, and the left jaw area. A number of bruises and abrasions, including one which turned out to be a human bite mark. She had lived for at least 8 hours approximately after receiving the scalp injury and the bruises to the collarbone. I have never seen this before, and I doubt if hardly any forensic pathologists in this country or abroad have seen this outside of perhaps wartime or it is extremely rare.
What article are you reading from here? Give them credit.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia? Okay.
Yeah. In June of 2018, LaBelle was convicted of first-degree murder and subsequently charged of torture and mayhem. He was given a life sentence in prison without the possibility of parole. Before the verdict, her mother exposed a photo of Diana in life and another of her unrecognizable face. LaBelle is currently serving his sentence at California Correctional Institution.
Jesus.
That's fucking nuts.
Super fucked. So he's not a serial killer, but he's a fucking monster.
Do you think he had Allstate with all that mayhem?
Trash. Just trash, Tyler.
There was a lot of mayhem, all right? Allstate keeps you covered from mayhem. I'm just saying. It was there. The door was open. I had to walk
The
through.
door was shut. I just heard Donnie do it.
I'm telling you. I'm fucking telling you. Look, so he wasn't a serial killer. He only killed one person.
Yeah. So I'm not saying, like, Kara and I discussed this the other day. Like,
Okay.
It doesn't have to be serial killers. It can be a killer of some, or serial killers. It does not matter.
Okay.
But, yeah. The sad part is, because he pleaded not guilty, we'll never have, like, a motive. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that is a bummer, dude. Like, what the fuck?
How do you plead not guilty to something like that?
You say not guilty?
I know, but like, no shit, Sherlock.
Fucking dumb.
But how the fuck can you deny something like that? You're in the fucking room with the person for how many days?
It said at least 8 hours. Like, it didn't say.
Ordering food and shit? Like, you're calm enough to order food.
Yeah.
Which means it wasn't fucking a
Mental.
surprise. I ain't never been surprised of some mayhem and be like, you know what? You know what would really calm me down? Let me order some fucking Penn Station. Is that the wife?
That's Iana.
Man. Is that
Look
LaBelle?
at him all fucked up.
Oh, wow. I might have to post his picture with the fucking episode.
Go for it.
I mean, that's fucking crazy. I wonder if somebody's going to make him into a villain in one of these comic books.
Probably not, because they don't want to give him any kind of
Yeah,
admiration.
you don't, like, they don't, in all seriousness, man, like, this in, like, in any industry, whether it be, like, I mean, obviously, like, if they're going to write a nonfiction about killers and shit like that, they'll do it.
They've done it. They've fucking continuously done it.
Yeah,
for
with
a
all
time.
like the Ted Bundy stuff and the new Dahmer documentaries.
So you
and all
can't say, oh, it's bad taste.
when-
Like, they fucking do it continuously, and they're gonna keep doing it.
Well, that's not a thing in the world of comics, dude. Like, they've brought them up as saying, like, this is an example of, like, oh, hey, this is comparable to, insert serial killer, whatever, doesn't matter. But, like, and I mean, they've played up on the ones that are, like, have become basic myths, Jack the Ripper being one of them, in Gotham by Gaslight, the Batman story or whatever. He's chasing around basically Jack the Ripper or whatever. And so, like, that's it. Like, they're not going to fucking write him into a book. They're not going to write many singular killers, especially among their own. You know what I mean? Like, oh, wow, this guy was a comic book artist and writer. Yeah, let's draw him into a book and fucking give him the limelight. That's fucked. Like, that's
What was the comic line again? Archaea?
Arcadia was the name of the publisher.
It's alright, you don't have to. Has anybody got anything else for today?
Murder with my husband. Look at that. Somebody talked about it. What's that?
So has anybody got anything else for today?
No, not that I'm aware of. I mean,
Does anybody have a closer for today? Because I had one, but then I thought about my grandma flicking the bean and it completely left me. It's just gone. Just out the window. Man,
I ain't got I ain't got shit, homie.
I just pull out an old one.
All right.
I pull out the original.
She was pulling out an old one.
Yeah, she was. It was real old.
It was one of those old coffee makers. He's gonna...
She was a big woman. There might have been that big of hand circles going on.
Gross.
Oh.
Fucking what do they call those? Like, what the hell?
Grinders?
Silly? No, the silly coffee names. It's like it's not a large. It's fucking
Grande.
Yeah.
Venti.
fucking. She's up there making extra large coffees for you.
That's gross. So gross. All right. Well, that's it. That's all we got for today.
So in the meantime,
In the betweens time.
If God didn't want me to see titties, he wouldn't have made the Fuzzy Boob channel. Cue the music. We out.